Hello everyone, I am Srimati Adiga, working as Assistant Professor of Mathematics at Government First Grade College, Kundapura. Dear students, in this video I am going to explain the topic Number System and Theory of Equations. This topic is included in the second semester BCom syllabus of Mangalore University in the paper Quantitative Techniques. The number system we use in our day-to-day life is the decimal number system. Decimal number system has base 10 as it uses 10 digits from 0 to 9. But other than these 10 digits, we use some numbers such as 1 by 2, 5 by 6, minus 3, square root of 11, minus 1 by 8, square root of 3, etc. So, first we recall some definitions of different types of numbers which you already studied in your high school classes. In number system, usually we represent the numbers by 1, 2, 3, etc. These numbers are called natural numbers. For example, number of students in a class, number of states in a country, number of fruits in a box, number of birds, number of books, number of pens, etc. But in mathematics, there are some numbers which are not natural numbers. For example, temperature of a place, height of a person, width of a room, length of swimming pool, etc. may not be the natural numbers always. So, we classify the numbers into different types of sets. They are natural numbers, set of integers, set of rational numbers, set of irrational numbers, and set of real numbers. First, the set of natural numbers. Natural numbers are the numbers which are used for counting, that is starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. No limit for this up to infinity. And it is denoted by the symbol capital N, and the elements are written within the flower brackets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. For example, number of ministers, number of subjects in a course, number of elephants, number of birds, number of books, etc. These are all natural numbers. If a number x is in the set n, we say that x belongs to n, and we write it using the symbol x belongs to n. This symbol stands for belongs to. For example, 93 belongs to n, 3 belongs to n, 20 belongs to n, 2020 belongs to n, etc. So all these numbers are counted as 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So we can see that they are never negative. That is, we don't say that there are minus 5 classrooms in our college, minus 8 computers, or minus 10 teachers, etc. So what about these negative numbers? So all these negative numbers come in the list of set of integers. So let us see what is meant by an integer. An integer is any number which is either positive or negative or 0. So all positive numbers which are also natural numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. and negative numbers, negative integers minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, etc. and 0. All together it is called as the set of integers. So it includes positive integers, negative integers and 0. For example, population of a country. We know that it is always positive. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. in millions or crores like that. Then temperature of a place. So if we consider the temperature of some places, it may be negative. For example, temperature of Siachen or Kashmir, it is negative sometimes. So, it is a negative integer. Then, if we consider the set of all number of rank holders in a college in previous year. Suppose there are no rank holders in that particular college, so we take it as 0. So it is the number 0. Hence, there is a chance of a number may be positive or negative or 0. So all together they are called as integers and it is denoted by capital I. Next we define the set of rational numbers. Rational number is a number which can be expressed in the form of a quotient or a fraction of two integers with the numerator and denominator, that is, it is of the form p by q where the denominator q is not equal to 0. And we denote the set by capital Q, so it contains set of all numbers of the type p by q such that p and q are integers, numerator and denominator are integers, but the denominator q is not equal to 0. For example, 2 by 3 minus 3 by 5 minus 6 by 20, 1 divided by 2020, 11 by 5, 6 by 2. Of course, 6 by 2 is exactly equal to 3. 3 is a natural number, but that 3 can be written in the form p by q, so it is also regarded as a rational number. Similarly, 100 by 5, it is 20 minus 18 by 6, it simplifies to minus 3. So we can note that all integers and natural numbers are also rational numbers. That is, integers and natural numbers can be written in the form p by q. Along with these integers, it contains some fractions like this, and these numbers do not belong to the set of natural numbers or set of integers. For example, as I told in the beginning, the height of a person, it may not be an integer. For example, the height of a person is 5 feet 6 inches. That means it is 5.5 feet. So 5.5 means 5.5 feet, or we can write it as 5 1 by 2. In the fraction, it is 11 by 2. So it is a number of this type. So if you say it in feet, it is a fraction 11 by 2, 5.5 feet. So it is not an integer, so that one is an example for a rational number. Next we consider the set of irrational numbers. A number which is not a rational number is called an irrational number, and this set is denoted by q dash. So they cannot be written in the form p by q where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. For example, the number square root of 2. We can see that square root of 2 is not in this list. Also, it is not possible to write root 2 in the form p by q. If we write it in the form root 2 divided by 1, this root 2 is not an integer. So, it is not of the form p by q where p is an integer, because root 2 is not an integer. So, root 2 is regarded as an irrational number. Similarly, square root of 5, square root of 19, etc. are irrational numbers. The value of pi, usually we take it as 22 by 7, but 22 by 7 is not the exact value of pi, it is approximate value of pi. It is the number which is approximated to 22 by 7. So its value is 3.14285711429, etc., etc., etc. This digit continues, and for calculation purpose we approximately write it like this, or approximately equal to 22 by 7. So actually it is not a rational number and the pi is an irrational number. Similarly, the value of square root of 21, it is 4.58 something, etc. So root 21 is also an irrational number. Next we define real numbers. A number which is either rational or irrational is called a real number. That is, we have so far considered the set of integers, set of natural numbers, set of rational numbers and set of irrational numbers. All together forms a set called a set of real numbers. So set of real numbers is the union of all above sets which we define now. We write it as the union of q and q dash. That is, R is q union q dash. It contains all the numbers we explained earlier. That is, it contains positive integer, that is natural numbers. It contains negative integers. It contains zero, fractions, and also irrational numbers. Now we define prime numbers. So prime numbers are some numbers among the list of natural numbers. So consider the set of natural numbers starting from 1, 2, 3, etc. So here a natural number greater than 1 is called a prime number if it has only divisors as 1 and that number itself. That means it is not divisible by any other number except 1 and that number. For example, if we consider 6, 6 is divisible by 1 and 6. Other than that, 6 is also divisible by 2 and 3. So 6 is not a prime number. But if we consider 5 now, 5 is divisible by 1 and 5. Except 1 and 5, 5 is not divisible by any other number. So 5 is a prime number. So we can notice that starting from 2, because prime number by definition it is greater than 1. We don't consider 1 as a prime number. It starts from 2. So 2 is the first prime number and it is also the only even prime number. Then 3. 3 has no divisors other than 1 and 3. Next number is 3, next 5, next 7, because 6 has a divisor, 4 has a divisor, 2, and then next 7, next 8 is not a prime number because 8 has a divisor 2 and another divisor 4. So 8 is not a prime number, 9 is also not a prime number because 3 is a divisor of 9, 10 is not a prime number, next 11, then it is enough to check only the odd numbers because all even numbers have the divisor 2. Therefore, next 11, 13, 15 is not a prime number because the divisors of 15 are 3 and 5. So, in this way it continues. The first few prime numbers are listed here. So, note that in this list 2 is the only even prime number and all other prime numbers are odd numbers. Then we define highest common factor of two or more numbers. If a number is divisible by another number, it is called as its factor. For example, 15 is divisible by 5. So 5 is a factor of 15. Similarly, 15 is also divisible by 3. So 3 is a factor of 15. When we consider two numbers, the greatest number among the common factors is called as the highest common factor. It is denoted by HCF and it is also called as the greatest common divisor, or in short we call it as GCD. So we have to consider two numbers, list the factors of two numbers, among them list the common factor, and among the common factor take the greatest one or highest one. That number is called as highest common factor of two numbers. For example, consider the numbers 18 and 30. So factors of 18, that means the numbers which divides 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18. Any number is always divisible by 1 and that number itself. So 1 and 18 are the divisors of 18. Other than this, in between the numbers which divide 18 are 2, 3, 6 and 9. Similarly, for the number 30, the factors are 1 and 30. In between them, these are the divisors of 30. 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15. Now list the common factors, that is for 18 and 30 common factors are 1, 2, 3, 6. That is these are the factors for both the numbers 18 and 30. Among these four common factors the highest one is 6. So 6 is the highest common factor of 18 and 30. So we write HCF of 18 and 30 equal to 6. Now in the same way, we define another term called least common multiple of two or more numbers. we know what is meant by multiple of a number. So when we multiply a number by 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., we get the multiples of that number. So multiples of 3 are 3 into 1, 3 into 2, 6, 3 into 3, like that. Now, the lowest or smallest common multiple of two or more numbers is called as the least common multiple or LCM. That is, when we consider two numbers, we have to write the multiples of numbers. We have to go on writing the multiples, and after some step you will get some common multiples of both the numbers. Among those common multiples, we have to take the least one, because you will have infinite number of common multiples. Among them, the first common multiple, which is the least, is called as the least common multiple, or it is denoted by LCM. For example, find the least common multiple of 8, 10 and 12. So list the multiples of 8, that is 8 into 1, 8 into 2, etc. So go on, write like this. I have written up to 120. Then multiples of 10, 10, 20, 30, etc. Multiples of 12, 12, 24, 36, etc. We can notice that up to 120, we didn't got any common multiple for all the three numbers. So 120 is the first common multiple for all the three numbers, and some more multiples are there which are common to these numbers, but it comes after 120. So among these multiples, 120 is the first and least common multiple. So we write least common multiple of these three numbers equal to 120, which we call it as LCM of these three numbers. Now consider two problems. Find the highest common factor of 630, 1050, 1260. In the first example, we found highest common factor of 18 and 30. The numbers are too small and we listed all the factors. Orally, we listed the factors of 18 and 30. But when the numbers are too large, that is it is of 3 digits or more than 3 digits, then it is not easy to write all the factors, or it takes too much time to write all the factors of those numbers. So for that, what we do is we write each number as the product of prime numbers. That means we write 630 as 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 7. Now let us see how to write 630 like this. So for that, take the number 630, divide by the smallest prime number. We know, we have seen that the prime number list starts from 2. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, etc. are the prime numbers. So we divide only by prime numbers. Then first, if it is divisible by 2, you divide by 2. If it is not divisible by 2, go for the next number, next prime number 3. Now divide by 2, so it is 315. The next one, it is not divisible by 2, so it is divisible by 3. Divide it, it is 105. Again by 3, 35. By 5, it is 7. So these are the factors of 630, and 630 can be written as 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 7. So 3 is multiplied 2 times here. So we write it as 3 power 2. And 2 power 1, 5 power 1, 7 power 1. In the same way, you find the factors of 1050. So divide by 2, then by 5, then again by 5, next by 3, next by 3 into 7. So 1050 can be written as 2 into 5 square into 3 into 7. Similarly, 1260 is 2 square into 3 square into 5 into 7. This last number is 1260. So here we have the three numbers product of prime factors like this. Now we have to find the highest common factor. So among two powers, which is the highest common in three numbers? We have to check it. 2 power 1 is here, 2 power 1 is here, 2 power 2 is here. So 2 square 4 is a factor of 1000 to 60, but 4 is not a factor of these two numbers. So the highest common factor in 2 power is 2 power 1. So first complete 2 power, which number is the highest common factor. It is 2 power 1. Then go for next number 3. 3 square, 3, 3 square. So here 3 power 1 is the highest common factor because 3 square is common in these two numbers, but 3 square is not common here. So 3 is common in all the three numbers. Next 5 power 1 is common in all the three numbers and 7 power 1. So 2 into 3 into 5 into 7 is common in all the three numbers. Hence this product is the highest common factor. It simplifies to 210. Then another problem, find HCF of 48 and 120. So in the same way we write 48 as 16 into 3, which is 2 power 4 into 3, and 120 you can divide or you can guess the product also. So it is 2 cube into 3 into 5. So 2 power 3 is common in both the numbers. 3 power 1 is common and 5 power nothing is common. Actually this is 5 power 0. We can take 5 power 0, which is 1. So only thing common is 2 cube into 3 power 1, which is 24. So highest common factor of 48 and 120 is 24. Now this method is called as factorization method to find the HCF of two numbers. We can use the same method to find the LCM of two numbers also. But here, while finding LCM and HCF using factorization method, we follow a rule like this. To find the LCM of two numbers, first we write each number as a product of prime numbers like this. And same is for HCF also. So here, then LCM is the product of highest powers of factors present in all the numbers. And HCF is the product of least powers of factors present in all the numbers. So what is the meaning? Let us see. Highest common factor we have already written here. For that, in each number we have to find the least power of each prime number. So actually we listed here 2 cube and 3 power 1. We are finding highest common factor 2 cube and 2 power 4. So 2 power 4 looks higher. It is greater than 2 cube, but it is not common in 120 and 48. So the highest power which is common in 120 and 48 is 2 cube, but it is least among 4 and 3. So note that to find the highest common factor, we have to find the least powers which is common in both the numbers. So it is 2 cube and 3 power 1, 3 power 1. The least power is 3 power 1. Then 5. 5 power 0 here, 5 power 1. The least is 5 power 0. You need not write it. Therefore, HCF equal to 24. Then coming to LCM. LCM is product of highest powers of factors present in all the numbers. So if we want to find the LCM of these two numbers, LCM is 2 power 4 and 2 power 3. Highest is 2 power 4 into 3 power 1, 3 power 1, 3 into 5 power 0 and 5 power 1. Highest is 5 power 1. It is into 5. So let us consider problems on this. Now, for example, consider the problem of finding LCM of 70, 80 and 90. So, consider the number 70, write it as product of factors. It can be written as 2 into 5 into 7. Then 80 can be written as 2 power 4 into 5. 90 can be written as 2 into 5 into 3 power 2. So here, according to this rule, we have to write LCM as the product of highest powers of the factors present in all the numbers. So LCM is product of highest powers of factors. So start from 2 power. 2 power highest one is 2 power 4 which is present in 80. So 2 power 4. Then 3 power. 3 power 0, 3 power 0, 3 power 2. Among them highest is 3 power 2. Then come to 5 power. 5 power 1 here, 5 power 1 here, 5 power 1 here. So it is 5 power 1. Then come to 7 power. 7 power 1, 7 power 0, 7 power 0. So 7 power 1 is the highest. So their product is the LCM, which simplifies to 5040. Now to find HCF, highest common factor, we have to find the product of the least powers of the prime numbers. That is starting from 2 power now. 2 power 1 here, 2 power 4 here, 2 power 1 here. The least one is 2 power 1. Then 3 power. Here no 3, so we can regard it as 3 power 0. So here it is 3 power 0, here 3 power 0, here 3 power 2. The least one is 3 power 0, which is nothing but 1, or we need not write it. Then next 5 power 1 here, 5 power 1 here, 5 power 1 here, all are same. So 5 power 1 you have to write. So their product is equal to 10 is the highest common factor. So note one important thing, to write the least common multiple, we have to write the highest powers of the primes. And to write the highest common factor, we have to write the least powers of the prime numbers. So this method is factorization method to find the LCM and HCF. Now we give another method to find the HCF and LCM of two numbers. It is called as division method. So in this division method, we consider all the given numbers in a row in any order. So take all the numbers, 3 numbers or 2 numbers or 4 numbers, and divide these numbers by a number such that at least 2 numbers are divisible by this number. So I will explain this with this example. 70, 80 and 90. We already found the LCM and HCF by factorization method. So for division method, consider all the 3 numbers together. You can see that all are divisible by 10. So divide by 10, it is 10 7 times 70. So here 10 7s are 10 8s, 10 9s is 90. So here we can see that all 3 are divisible by 10. If any 2 are divisible by a number, then also we can divide. So here 7, 8 and 9. So this is the second step. Divide these numbers by a number such that at least 2 numbers are divisible by this number. Then carry forward the numbers which are not divisible. Suppose any number is not divisible by 10 here. Suppose this number is 77. You write 77 as it is. Just carry forward it. So then in the next step, repeat the procedure till no 2 of the numbers are divisible by the same number except 1. That means we have to continue this process if there are no common divisors. Here 7, 8, 9. We can see that no 2 of the numbers is divisible by a number. So you stop this process. Then from this, how to find LCM and HCF? Then the rule says that LCM is the product of divisors and undivided numbers which remain in the end. That is product of divisors 10, and these are undivided numbers at the end. So 10 into 7 into 8 into 9. By division method, LCM is 10 into 9 into 8 into 7. So it is 50-40, same as the LCM obtained by factorization method. And then it says that HCF, highest common factor, will be the product of divisors. Product of divisors means common divisor only 10. So it is 10 only. So these are not common divisors. So this is 10. It is the highest common factor by division method. It is 10 here. So we can see that it is same by the method of factorization also. So once again I repeat the procedure in another example. Consider the number 12 and 52. So we find the LCM and HCF by using two methods. One is division method, another one is factorization method. So in division method, we consider all the numbers together. So take 12 and 52, divide by a common number which divides both the numbers. So we can take 2 here, 2 6 times, 2 26 times. Then we can see that 6 and 26 are divisible by 2. So divide by 2, it is 3 and 13. Now, according to division method, LCM is product of these two numbers and these two undivided numbers. All these numbers which are in the outside. Here 2 into 2 into 3 into 13, that is LCM. And HCF is highest common factor. So here 2 is common to both the numbers, so we can regard it as one of the common factor. In the next step again we have written 2, it is common to both 6 and 26, so we can also regard it as a common factor. But not these 3 and 13, so have to take only these two numbers product to write the HCF. So HCF is 2 into 2, which is 4. So these are the LCM and HCF by division method. Now consider the factorization method. Write 12 as product of prime factors. It is 2 into 2 into 3. 52 can be written as 2 into 26 or 2 into 2 into 13. Now to write the LCM, we have to search the highest powers of each prime. So first one, highest 2 power present in both the numbers is 2 square. Here 2 square, here also 2 square. Highest 3 power is 3 power 1 here, 3 power 0 here. Among them the highest is 3 power 1. Highest 13 power is, no 13 here, means 13 power 0, 13 power 1, so it is 13. So their product 2 square into 3 into 13, it is the LCM, which is 156. Then to write the highest common factor, we have to find the product of least powers of the prime numbers. So here least 2 power present in both the numbers. Here 2 square, here 2 square, both are same, it is 2 square. Then least 3 power, this is 3 power. 3 power 1 here, 3 power 0. Least one is 3 power 0. Next least 13 power. 13 power 0 here, 13 power 1, so it is 13. So we have to list all the prime numbers present in either the first number or in the second number. We have to cover all the numbers. So no more primes here, 5 is not there, 7 is not there. So just consider 2, 3 and 13 powers which are least in both the factors. So multiply them, 2 square into 1 which is 4. It is 2 square here. 2 square into 1 it is 4. So highest common factor is 4 and the LCM is 156, which are same way that we obtained in division method. Next, another problem. Find LCM and HCF of 12, 50 and 30. We use both the methods. So first let us apply division method. Consider 12, 50 and 30. So first we can see that all the numbers are divisible by 2. So 2 6 times, 25 times, 15 times. But in the next step you can see that two numbers are divisible by 5. These two. Or these two numbers, first and last, are divisible by 3. So take any one, any divisor. You can take either 5 or also 3 here. So if you divide by 5, here 5 times, here 5 3 times. But here 6 is not divisible by 5. So we should not write any other number here. You have to carry forward the number. That means you have to write 6 as it is. So this is as it is 6. Then 5 times 25, 5 3 times 15. So these two number changes. Now at least any two of them, if it is divisible by a number, we have to divide it by that number. So we can see that 6 and 3 are divisible by 3 here. So divide it by 3. It gives 2 here, 1 here, and this 5 we have to just carry forward, write it as it is 5. So now according to the rule, by division method, LCM is 15, 12, 50 and 30. By division method, LCM is 2 into 5 into 3 into 2 into 5 into 1. It is written here 2 into 5 into 3 into 2 into 5 into 1. So all these 6 numbers product. And while writing HCF, we have to write only the factors which are common for all the 3 terms. So in the first step, we can see that 2 is common for all the 3 terms. It is a factor of all the 3 numbers. So 2 is okay. But what about this 5? 5 is a factor of 25 and 15. It is not a factor of 6. So we should not take this in the HCF. So while considering HCF, we have to take only the number 2. It is common to all the 3 numbers 2. So HCF equal to 2. So we got now LCM as 300 and HCF as 2 by division method. Now let us follow another method, that is factorization method. So write 12 like this. Each number as a product of factors. It is 2 square into 3, 50 is 2 into 5 square, 30 is 2 into 3 into 5. Now least common multiple is the highest powers of the prime numbers. So starting from 2, 2 power 2 is highest. 2 square, 2 power 1, 2 power 1. Highest is 2 square. Then 3 power. 3 power 1, 3 power 0, 3 power 1. Highest is 3 power 1. Next 5 power. Here it is 5 power 0, 5 power 2, 5 power 1. Highest is 5 power 2. So multiply them. It gives 300. And then highest common factor is product of the prime powers having the least number. That is, it is the product of 2 power 2 here, 2 power 1, 2 power 1. The least one is 2 power 1. So next 3 power 1, 3 power 0, 3 power 1. We have to take the least powers. So here among this 3 power 1, 3 power 0, 3 power 1. The least one is 3 power 0. Next 5 power 0, 5 power 1, 5 power 1. Here 5 power 1. The least one is 5 power 0. So multiply them. So highest common factor is the product of least powers of the prime numbers. So it is equal to 2. So the answers which are obtained from both the methods are same, 300 and 2. Next, in the same way, consider the LCM and HCF of 15, 20 and 30. You can see here it is divisible by 5. All the 3 numbers are divisible by 5. But in the next step, 2 numbers 3 and 6 are divisible by 3. So it is 1 for 2, and divide by 2, then it is 1, 2 and 1. So now LCM is product of these numbers. It is 5 into 3 into 2 into 2. And HCF is only 5 because 3 is not common to all the 3 numbers, only 5. It is the HCF. Then using factorization method, so we can write 15, 20, 30 like this. And LCM is the highest powers of 2, 2 square. Highest power of 3, 3 power 1. Highest power of 5 is 5 power 1. So it is 60. And highest common factor HCF is least powers. 2 power, nothing is here, 2 power 0. Then 3 power, here 3 is not there, 3 power 0 is the least. And 5 power 1 is present in all the numbers, so 5 power 1. Therefore, HCF is 5. So we can see that from both the methods we got the same answers. Similarly, the next one is to find the LCM and HCF of the number 6, 8 and 15. So proceed in the same way. Divide by 6, divide by 2 first. We can see that it is 3, 4, 15. Then 3 and 15. At least 2 numbers are divisible by 3. So divide by 3, it gives 1, 4 as it is 5. Now LCM is 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, which is 120. But while considering HCF, you should be very careful. We should not take 2 also, because 2 is common to only first two numbers. 2 is a factor of only 6 and 8. It is not a common factor of all the three numbers. So for all the three numbers, common factor is just the number 1, which is not written here. So it is the number 1 which is common to all the three numbers. So HCF equal to 1. Then in the same way we can follow the factorization method, and it comes HCF equal to 1 and LCM equal to 120. Then the next problem, 15, 40 and 75. Take here, divide by 5. It is 3, 8 and 15. Then divide by 3. So it is 3, 1, 8 and 5. LCM is 5 into 3 into 1 into 8 into 5. It is here 600. And HCF, first see the first divisor 5. It is common factor of all the three numbers. So we can take 5. Then if any other divisor is common to all the three numbers, we can take it. But here 3 is common to only 3 and 15 but not 8. So we can't take this. Therefore only 5 is the HCF. Then as in the previous cases, factorization method, we write 15 as 3 into 5, 40 like this, 75 like this. Highest common factor, least powers. Least common multiple, highest powers. So remember rule like this. It is opposite of the terms highest common factor, least powers. Least common multiple, highest powers. So here 2 power 0 is least, 3 power 0 is least, 5 power 1 is least. So it is the HCF. Then for LCM, 5 power 2 is highest. Then 3 power 1 is highest. 2 cube is highest in 40. So it is 2 cube into 3 power 1 into 5 square, which gives us 600 as the LCM. So this is about finding LCM and HCF of two numbers. Now I will give an important formula about LCM and HCF of two numbers. A very interesting formula says that the product of LCM and HCF of any two numbers is the product of numbers. That is, if you consider the numbers as A and B, then their product is AB. It is nothing but the product of LCM and HCF of the two numbers. So the formula is L into H equal to AB, where L is LCM, H is HCF, A and B are two numbers. For example, we considered LCM and HCF of 18 and 30. We can do it orally. So highest common factor in 18 and 30 is 6. 6 is common to both 18 and 30 and it is the highest. Then least common multiple of 18 and 30. So just to check it orally, you just find the multiple of the highest number among the two. It is 30. 30 multiples are 30, 60, 90, 120, etc. So among them, see which is the first number that is divisible by 18. 30 is not divisible by 18. 60 is not divisible by 18. 90 is divisible by 18. So 90 is the least common multiple of 18 and 30. So now find their product. LCM into HCF. 90 into 6, 540. Then find the product AB. A is 18, B is 30. So it is also 540. So we can see that L into H equal to A into B. This is just an example to verify the formula. Now we can use this formula to find LCM or to find HCF or any one number if other three are given in the formula. That means, for example, L, H and one number are given, we can find the other number. Or two numbers and H are given, we can find L like that. So consider two problems now. LCM and HCF of two numbers are 220 respectively. If one number is 100, what is the other number? So very simple, take the numbers as A and B, take the given number as A which is 100, Then we know that LCM into HCF is AB. So 200 into 20 is 100 into B, the second number. So second number B is this divided by 100. So 100 cancels, it is 2 into 20, 40. So second number is 40. Similarly, another problem, HCF of two numbers is 11, LCM is 7700, one number is 275, find the other number. Same formula, take the given number as A as 275, then LCM 7700 into HCF 11 equal to 275 into B. So B is 7700 into 11 divided by this number 275. You can cancel it by 25 first and then simplify. You will get B as 308, or the second number is 308. So this is about LCM and HCF of two or more numbers. In the next topic, we consider linear equations. I will continue it in the next video. Thank you for watching.